What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be going over how you can use Slowbro very effectively in Pokemon Tera Raids. So let's get into it. So within the Tera Raid system, Slowbro is going to be kind of like a tank, yet also do a lot of damage in one shot. So with Slowbro here, he's a water psychic type. He's a very bulky Pokemon. Your Tera type is going to be psychic, and you're going to want to run a life orb only because you're going to be doing a lot of damage in one turn. So you only really need to hit once instead of chipping away using like a shell bell or leftovers. You could run a leftovers because you won't be hitting anything yet till you actually decide, hey, I'm going to actually attack now. But life orb lets you go ahead and just put more damage on top of what you're already going to be doing. So now let's get into the moves. You're using Stored Power, Iron Defense, Slack Off, and Nasty Plot. Now with these moves, you aren't really going to do a lot of damage yet. What you want to do is you want to set up. So Stored Power gets increased damage every time you have a buff. So Iron Defense raises your defense. That's a buff. Nasty Plot raises your special attack. That's a buff. If you stack those up and use Stored Power, it does a lot of damage on top of using a life orb. Slack Off is there to recover health. You don't really want to use that because it wastes a turn. Tera Pokemon might actually just negate all your buildup, and then you have to start all over. So for his ability, he has Own Tempo and Oblivious. Either one is fine. Those are his normal abilities. Mine just happens to have Oblivious, so I end up using it. His hidden ability is Regenerator. I don't recommend doing that because honestly, you regenerate health whenever you leave battle in a Tera Raid. You're not going to be leaving battle. So go ahead, just run Own Tempo or Oblivious, whichever one you actually have on yours. It does not matter which one you run. Now for his spread, you're going to go full HP, full special attack, and go ahead and throw your last 4 in defense. Slowbro is a naturally bulky Pokemon, so he's going to be able to live a lot of hits. His typing's not bad. He is slow, but you don't want to make up for that in the raid system. If he's slow, that's fine. He'll actually work around it with everything you're going to be doing. So you are going to want to make sure that he's level 100, bottle capped on everything but attack. Don't waste your bottle cap on attack. We're not going to be using it here, so it's kind of just pointless. You are going to be wanting to have a modest nature as well, so you can get more of that special attack and less attack, because we're not using our physical attack. We're just going to be using our special attack with Stored Power and all of our buffs. So within this Tera Raid, we are taking on the 7-star Cinderace here. And pretty much what you want to do with Slowbro is just set up. You go on in, you do 3 Iron Defenses. You do 3 Nasty Plots. You do 1 Attack Shear. And you can just one-shot him. You go ahead and use Stored Power after all those setups, and you just obliterate Cinderace. You might have to go ahead and use a Healing Cheer, but most likely you won't have to. He'll be able to have enough natural bulk that you can just go in and do this no matter what. Now, I did do this raid solo. This is a Slowbro all by himself, not online, and he is able to just one-shot set up and one-shot Cinderace without having to worry about much. Now, as you can see, we are able to take him down. He's very effective, and this can be carried over to pretty much any raid. Slowbro can go into any Tera Raid, especially a 5-star or a 6-star, and do the same thing. Yet you won't really have to do that big of a setup because they're not going to have as much health as a 7-star Tera Raid. So that's my Slowbro build. It's very useful, and I highly recommend getting into it in that Cinderace raid that I just showed, because it can help you take it on solo and make it really easy to farm them up. But if you found Slowbro helpful in the Tera Raid system, go ahead, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next Tera Raid build.